In this tutorial video, I will show you how you can send a clock prediction to the keychain. First of all, you have to connect the keychain to the app, and then we will go to the keychain settings. We can do it either here in Bluetooth devices or just scroll down to the prediction keychain and tap configure. And here is an option for the clock face type. The default is modern analog and the other one is the drawing. First I will show you the drawing. If it's selected, you can send the test image to the keychain by tapping here, test clock prediction. And it will send the time 10:10 to the keychain. And here you can see this is the drawing version. Of course, you can invert it as well. If you select this one, invert black and white images. And if you are inverting, you can also add the white border around. But I prefer using the normal black ink on white background. And now let's see the other one. Clock face type, modern analog. And send the clock prediction again. The time is again 10:10, but this time the image will be different. I prefer using this one because it looks so nice on this keychain. Alright, now that we have set this up, let's see the first method, which will be the manual input. So we go to perform and text numbers. And before I enter the time, I have to select that I want to send the clock prediction to the keychain. So here, send automatically to. And look for the keychain options. And here it is, keychain clock time. And now I can enter a time, for example, 7:35 or 7:30, and send now, and the time will be sent to the keychain. We can also use only numbers, so we don't have to add the column. So, for example, if I write 6:15 like this, 6:15, and I'm sending, after the keychain is ready, of course, I'm sending 6:15, and this is also recognized. And if you have a big device, you will see the time on the device and also the transfer information and when it's ready to view. So this is the manual input. And now let's see the next one, which will be the remote control with the Atom 2 remote. So I've connected the Atom 2 remote to the app, and now I can go to perform and the same page, text numbers here. But this time I will not enter the numbers manually here, but I will use the Atom 2 remote. Here the send automatically to is the same keychain clock time. But this time I will enter the numbers with the remote. For example, 4:15 or 4:45, 4:45. And now, to send the time, I have to press the bottom left button, which is button number 10. And then the time will be sent to the keychain. So this is really easy. You can enter the numbers with the Atom remote. For example, 1, 2, 3. If you want to delete the last number, you have to press the bottom right button, and then you can erase the last one. For example, 1, 2, 8. And send with the bottom left. And the time will be sent to the keychain as a prediction. So this is how you can use the Atom remote, and later when I'm adding the Bluetooth remote control input in the advanced input methods add-on, then you will be able to use other remotes as well, for example the WearOS remote or Versa remote, or even cheap Bluetooth remote controls. But at this time, only the Atom 2 will work. The next input method will be text recognition with an impression board, like this Pitata board. So first of all, we have to connect the board in the impression pads section. Now the board is connected, and we have to set up text recognition. First enable it, and we can use Google or GPT, or if you have this add-on on iOS, you can even use the offline recognition. So first I will use the Google. You have to have credits, which you can buy from me. And if you tap your credits, you will see the option to buy more credits. And the important thing is automatic recognition. I will set to 2 seconds. So when I stop writing, after 2 seconds, the text recognition will be performed. Show recognized text pop-up, it's recommended to enable. And clear canvas for next drawing, it means if you write another time later, then the screen will be automatically cleared for the next writing. And it's important to set this up, action after recognition. For example, 2 seconds, when the text is recognized, then trigger action, and now I have to find sending the clock image to the keychain, so I just type in the search bar key, and then I will see all the keychain options, and clock to keychain. So 2 seconds after recognition, we will send the clock image to the keychain. And that's it. We can go to either the doodle screen or the black screen. Let's go to the black screen this time. So for example, I will write 3:55. And Google will recognize it. And it's sending it to the keychain. So this was the Google recognition, and I will quickly show the AI recognition as well. So I'm just long pressing the black screen to exit. And in text recognition settings, I'm selecting the GPT-4o because now I have a recognition method for the time. And I recommend using this one, time. Because now GPT will look for a time written on the board. Even if it's ugly, it will recognize it. So the other settings can be the same. And now let's go to the doodle screen. And this time I will write, for example, 7:23. And the AI will recognize it and sends it to the keychain. And now I will try something else with this AI recognition. First of all, we have to wait until the keychain is ready again. Just look for the green icon and this message. And now I will try something else. For example, I will write 2:30 with letters. Like this, 2:30, and AI recognized the time. So this is how it works. I recommend using the AI recognition. The next method we will test is the clock swipe method. I've just added it in MrSmith. If you scroll down to this section, Advanced Inputs, and if you have already activated your code you received with the keychain, then you will see this section, Swipe Screen, and we have to do some settings here first. First of all, we can set a timer, so when we input numbers with the swipe method, we can auto-complete the number after a few seconds. For example, I set it to 5 seconds. But we can also limit the number of digits we enter with the swipe method, and for the time I suggest using 4 digits. And action after finalized, we will select, after 2 seconds we will select the clock to keychain. So I'm just searching for key, and here it is, clock to keychain. So this will be triggered 2 seconds after we finalize the number on the swipe screen. So about the clock swipe method, I have a tutorial on my website. You will see the link in the video. I recommend watching this tutorial so you will know how to swipe the numbers. But if you are already familiar with it, you can go ahead and try the new swipe screen. To exit the swipe screen, you will have to long press the screen around the center with one finger. And now let's enter a time, for example 7:25, and for 7 we swipe down and left, and 20 is right up, this is the 2, and the 5 is down right. And if I'm waiting 5 seconds, the number will be finalized. You see it in green. And after 2 seconds, we will send the time to the keychain. And you will also see it on the connected Peak devices, like the TimeSmith 3 and the MysterCard or WearOS. So now let's enter another time, but this time I will use my Apple Watch, not the phone screen. So if you connected the Apple Watch with the app, you have to wake it up, and if the swipe screen is opened, then you can use swipes on your watch. For example, 9:15 will be left, 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 1 is up and right, and 5 is down and right. 9:15, and we just wait, and the time is finalized and sent to the keychain. And now let's do another one with this Electrics MrCard. Here, if the swipe screen is active, here you can use these 4 buttons, A, B, and X and Y. So to enter, for example, 10:38, 10 is left and up, so I just press the Y and the X, left, up, and 15 is 1 and 5. So 10:15 entered with these buttons, and it will be sent to the keychain. So if you have this advanced input methods add-on, I think all buyers will receive it with the keychain. Then you can use the swipe screen, and not only your phone screen, but you can use the Apple Watch, and on Android you can use your WearOS watch, and you can also use the MrCard buttons. MrSmith has an integration with my other app, TimeSmith. So if you connect a watch in TimeSmith, you can send the time from MrSmith as well. For this, first of all, you have to connect your watch in TimeSmith and check if you have the latest version, and you have to see this option in other settings in TimeSmith, HTTP socket server running. So if you see this message, then you can send the time from MrSmith. And you have nothing else to do in TimeSmith. You can start the routine and wait on this screen. And now switch to MrSmith. And here in the settings, swipe down to API and AI access and look for TimeSmith integration and enable it. So if TimeSmith integration is enabled and you enter a time and send the time to a device, the time will also be sent to TimeSmith to the watch. So now let's use the swipe screen again because it's really easy. So I'm just swiping the time, for example, 8:25. So 8:25, and I'm just waiting and look at the watch. When the time is recognized and it's sent to the keychain, it's also being sent to TimeSmith and through TimeSmith to the watch. As you can see, the watch is already set to 8:25. So this is how it works. I will not demonstrate again. If you enable TimeSmith integration and TimeSmith is running in the background connected to the watch, and you send the time to any device, the keychain, inversion board or a printer, then the time will be also sent to TimeSmith and to the watch. So this is how it works. As you can see, you have lots of options to send the time to the keychain. And of course, you can use other input methods, for example, NFC cards, or you can get data from Inject or from any other app. So all input methods will work. If you have numbers that can be translated to a time, then you can send that time to the keychain.